Hey guys, it's Mrs. Myers here again. This is some instruction for the trapezoid-shaped foldable on page 14 of your interactive notebook. So you're going to need your interactive notebook, a colored pencil, and a regular pencil to follow along with me today. So if you don't need any of those materials, please pause the video and get them now. Okie doke. So when you open up your trapezoid foldable, you have an equation written at the top of each section and some workspace underneath. In order to recreate something similar, I copied those same equations onto my screen with some workspace underneath. So though our workspace isn't the same shape, we have the exact same math in front of us. So let's start with your top equation, and mine, which is a match, is on the left here. Okay? All right, so I'm looking at 3 times 6 minus 5 times 2. Using the order of operations, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, I think we all realize that we need to multiply before we subtract, and we need to do that job from left to right. So here we go. We're first going to multiply 3 times 6, which gives us 18. I'm going to do that in my special colored pencil to show that that was the first step that needed done. And then I'm going to copy the remainder of my equation in my regular pencil color. I'm sorry, that was a subtraction sign. I got a little hairy. Alrighty, next one. Now our options are subtraction or multiplication. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Multiplication comes first. So here we are. 5 times 2 is 10. We're going to recopy the remainder of that equation that has not yet been used. There we are. And it's pretty easy to see that our final step is 18 minus 10, which gives us 8. Remember, we're going to circle our final answers to make it easier to find them. Alrighty, if you're still with me, let's move on to problem 2. This equation is written out in the center of your trapezoid foldable. I've recopied it here so that we can work on it together. I see 2 sets of parentheses in this problem. One contains 9 times 5 and one contains 18 minus 10. We work everything from left to right within the same level of the orders of operations. So we're going to start with please. All right, please refers to parentheses. We have 2 sets of those guys. We're going to work the one on the left first. 9 times 5 is 45. I'm going to recopy the remainder of that equation. Now the goal here is for your work to look precisely like mine. You have the time to stop, pause, and erase if necessary to make sure that your work is neat, tidy, and organized. All right, our next piece is the last set of parentheses here, 18 minus 10. That's not too tricky. We had an 8 there. We're going to recopy the remainder of our equation in our pencil color. Okay. Now, you might be tempted to add the 8 plus 6 because it looks friendlier. But guys, that ain't going to work. We need to work our addition and subtraction from left to right. Addition comes first in the rhyme, I agree. But addition and subtraction are part of the same level of the order of operations. So we have to do everything of the same level from left to right. So 45 minus 8, ooh, think. Well, an 8 can be made of a 5 and a 3, right? So 45 minus 5 minus 3 might be an easier way to think about that. That gets us to a 37. I'm going to copy the rest here in our regular pencil color. All right, and then in the end, 37 plus 6 leaves us with 43. Woohoo! We're almost done. Okie dokie. Last one, right side. Your last problem on your trapezoid foldable is here listed on the right side of my screen. It's a biggie, but we can do it. Alrighty, let's check those parentheses. That's the first level. All those grouping symbols, we work them from the inside out. So our parentheses, the ones with the curvy sides, we have one set here. It contains a 4 times 8, or I'm sorry, 4 times 2, which is 8. Good grief. Wake up, Mrs. Myers. Okay, so now we have to recopy everything that we haven't used. We've just exhausted the parentheses, so we do not have to recopy those. But we do need to recopy the remainder of our grouping symbols and the rest of our equation. Remember, all grouping symbols come in pairs, so if you make a left side bracket, you darn well better be making a right side bracket. And remember, stay neat so that your braces don't end up looking like 3s. That's bad news. Alrighty. Our next set of grouping symbols are the brackets. 10 minus 8 is 2. Recopy the rest. We know that the brackets have been used, so we don't need to recopy those. Okay. Remember, they disappear as they're used. Okay, next step. Oops, we still have grouping symbols, so we still have to stay inside those till they're exhausted. Alrighty, so 3 times 2, that leaves us with 6. Grouping symbols are finally used up. Multiply by that last 8. 6 times 8 is 48. Circle that answer and sit back and take a look at that. You should be proud. These are not small equations. You're doing a darn good job here, guys. Alrighty. We are going to move on to one more problem. This one, we're going to work inside your brackets, braces, and parentheses foldable at the top of page 15. Okay, so I want you to take a look at page 15 of your interactive notebook there. Okay, and on the outside of that foldable, we marked that parentheses were first, brackets were second, braces were third, but we never put anything on the inside. Now's the time to put something on the inside. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these lines I have here because they're just going to get in our way. And let's see, there we go. Next one. Oh, come on. This is tricky with this pen. Let me try it a different way. Oh, there we are. Okay. Now I gotta erase all my little silly marks here. All right, we are going to do one large problem inside here that's going to illustrate how parentheses, brackets, and braces all kind of work together. Okay, so I need you to copy this problem on the inside of that salmon colored foldable at the top of page 15. Are you ready? Copy along with me. We need a set of braces. 5 plus bracket 2 times 3 plus 4. Well, we're almost there. Close that parentheses, close the bracket, and close the brace. And then we're going to subtract 9 from that mess. Alrighty, so I want you to grab your color. We're going to do the parentheses first. 3 plus 4 is 7. Alright, and I want you to color code that parentheses right there. Okay? Now we're going to recopy the remainder of this equation with your regular pencil, please. I have a question. Look at this 2 here. This 2 is right next to that parentheses, and I see no operation sign. When an operation sign is missing, we know to assume multiplication, but what do we do with this 2 and the 7 here? I think we better just put that multiplication symbol right in there so we don't forget about it. Okay, we're going to add 5 and the final brace. Okay, next step. I'm going to switch colors. We're doing brackets next. Ready? Alrighty, so I see the 2 plus 7 in the brackets here, or 2 times 7, so that gives us 14. I'm going to color code those brackets so you can see that that's the work that I did next. Going back to my regular color. Okay. All right, last bit here. Inside the braces is 5 plus 14. That gives us a 19. I'm going to color code those guys. If color coding these one step at a time is looking organized and neat to you, and it's adding to your understanding, I highly suggest that you do the same. Ready? And then 19 minus 9 is 10. Circle that answer, and we are done. We solved this big problem one step at a time. We worked our grouping symbols from the inside out, and we have a real good example of how parentheses, brackets, and braces all work together. Hey, I hope you learned a lot. I hope you're feeling pretty confident about this. We're going to try some of these on our own pretty shortly. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.